Hey 6-8, it's Friday. Woo! Good job. You made it to Friday this week. Hopefully you've had a great week, and hopefully these videos have been helping you get through this week and conquer this week as a warrior for Christ. And so, hey, today is Friday. Give yourself a little pat on the back. You did it. You made it through. You got through your first week of daily coaching. Now, let's take a look. Last time we're going to look at this verse. We're moving on to a new passage next week. 1 John chapter 2, verse 7. Dear friends, I'm not writing you a new command, but an old one, which you've had since the beginning. This old command is the message you have heard. Yet I am writing a new command. Its truth is seen in him and you, because the darkness is passing and the true light is already shining. Anyone who claims to be in the light but hates his brother is still in the darkness. Whoever loves his brother lives in the light, and there is nothing in him to make him stumble. But whoever hates his brother is in the darkness and walks around in the darkness. He doesn't know where he's going because the darkness has blinded him. We've applied this over a couple of topics. You can go back and watch the other videos, but today we're talking about my world. How does this apply to my world? So now when I'm talking about my world, I'm talking about your life outside of the church and even your life outside of the first four categories that we talked about. So how does it apply when I'm out shopping, for instance, or I'm driving on the freeway, or when you're eating dinner and there's a crying baby behind you, and everything in you is wanting to just turn around and say, "Shut." I don't know what you would say, but anyway, you get the point. It's like, how does this apply to my world, or maybe this applies in deeper ways, but outside of those situations. But I think the number one thing is love. Of course, we're talking about love. We're talking about loving your brothers, loving your brother and sister, and those who are in the church and that kind of thing. But what if we applied this unconditional love that God had and showed for us to our brothers and sisters outside of the church? What if we looked outside the walls of the church and we applied this love to everyone we came in contact with? Because everyone is made in God's image. Every human being is made in God's image, and he desperately wants to redeem that image in them. And so he died for us, yes, but he died for them too. He died to redeem us and the image of himself in us, but he died to redeem the image of himself in those others who still don't know it yet. What if we showed them a true, undying, unconditional love? See, the world is full of darkness, and there's lots of opportunities for us to live in darkness, and there's lots of opportunities for us to give into the darkness and to let the darkness creep into our lives. But what if we just decided to overcome that darkness with love? What if we decided to overcome the darkness of racism with love? And so instead of being divided by the color of our skin, we just overcame that with love. We set the example. We paved the way because we understand that every one of us is made in God's image, and he loves us all the same, and he has a deep passion for us to come and be redeemed. And so what if we loved in spite of socioeconomic status, or in spite of ethnicity, or in spite of anything that the world would use to divide us? Because I don't know if you know this, but the world wants to divide. The world wants to split us up and keep us in separate categories, and keep us under control, and keep us satisfied with the pleasures of this life, to keep us satisfied with our disputes that occupy us and occupy our thinking and our mind, and just to keep us away from all of these other spiritual, more important things about God. So the world is filled with darkness, and the world wants to divide us. But you see, this love of God, this love of Jesus Christ, this unconditional, undying love has the power to go and conquer that division. This love, this undying love of God, of Christ, has the power to conquer the darkness. See, look at this one verse really quick. You see, it's very important that we understand this. I am writing you a new command. Its truth is seen in him, Jesus Christ, and in you, because the darkness is passing and the true light is already shining. It might be a dark world, but listen, the light is shining, the true light is shining, the darkness is passing, the darkness is dying, and here we are a part of the light. We are a part of the emerging light that is coming up out of the shadows and shining the light of God's love into a very dark world, and that's a great thing. So every opportunity you have, whether it's with your clerk in the grocery stand, whether it's with your waiter or waitress when you're out to eat, when you are driving on the freeway, it's going to be a hard one for me, when you are working out, when you're walking down the sidewalk, when you have the opportunity to love, when you see someone being a victim of racism or something, you step in and defend the person, when you have the opportunity to love across all boundaries, across all lines, because that's exactly precisely what Jesus Christ did for us. He crossed the boundaries of eternity, he crossed the boundaries of time and space, and he came and he loved us unconditionally so that we too could show and spread that love. It's an amazing thing. Look at that love of God, how precious and wonderful it was and what he did for you, and then take that love and see through those eyes of love those all around us. And there's all kinds of potential for so many people to experience this radical love. So as you go into your Friday and your Saturday, make sure that you are loving everyone in this true light kind of a love. And then don't forget to be here on Sunday, where we're going to talk about the next section of verses and kick off the next week of walking with Jesus and becoming his follower, his disciples. And you might just want to go ahead and read through it a little bit. 1 John chapter 2, verse 12 through 17. And we're going to talk about that on Sunday. See you Sunday. Don't miss it. You're going to want to be there. Have a great weekend.